And welcome back. This is Trending News right here on Look Up TV, where we bring you stories, and not just plain old stories, but stories that are hard-hitting the headlines. And now let's continue. Kenya is set to receive 44 billion shillings after being the overall $2.3 billion loan was approved in April by the IMF. This decision comes after the IMF team led by Mary Goodman organized a virtual mission to Kenya from April 29th to May 14th to discuss the progress on reforms. Our reporter Wangari Wanjiru with the story.
Kenya has been cleared for the second phase of the Extended Fund Facility EFF by the IMF staff. This comes after the Kenyan authorities and the IMF staff reached an agreement on the first review of Kenya's economic program under the EFF and Extended Fund Facility ECF. The agreement that is subjected to be approved by the IMF management and the board in the coming weeks. Early last month, IMF made a 34 billion initial disbursement after the board approved the 38-month program, promising to send the second tranche before the closure of the present financial year. Following the report, the fiscal balance target at the end of March by a wide margin had fully implemented its planned tax policy measures, although with continuing pressures from the pandemic, tax revenue was slightly below expectations. Kenyan authorities are also developing a strategy to assess and manage risks to the budget from state-owned enterprises. Reporting for Look Up TV, I'm Wangari Wanjiru.
And thank you so much for that story. And the news just in is that the JKIA Cargo Center is on fire and the rescue team is making efforts to settle the same. The Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the Cargo Center is on fire, but the rescue team is quickly making moves to stop and calm the fire. And now let's move on to the next story. India is once again in the limelight after being hit by a strong storm on its western part of the coast. This has hampered authorities' response to COVID-19 as the cyclone comes at a time when India reaches heights never experienced by other nations since the start of the global pandemic in 2019. Our reporter Jefferson Mai gives us a breakdown of the cyclones hit by India.
Thousands of people continue to be evacuated from low-lying areas in western India as a powerful cyclone makes a landfall, terrifying a region already scuffling with a devastating second wave of COVID-19. The tropical cyclone Tuktay, which formed in the Arabian Sea, has moved northward along India's west coastal area, bringing heavy damaging winds, heavy rains, with a threat of the storm surging. This has seen 3 warships dispatched to rescue 35 people inside 3 commercial barges, with 2 of the barges seen off the coast of Mumbai, the capital of Maharashtra state, while the third is about 92 kilometers off the Gujarat coast and is attached to an oil rig. The Indian Meteorological Department says the extreme severe cyclonic storm was due to land with winds of 155 to 160 kilometers per hour, ravishing up to 185 kilometers per hour. There have been waves of 20 to 25 feet and winds blowing at a speed of up to 160 kilometers per hour. Rains over 200 millimeters have fallen in parts of India's west coast. An additional 200 millimeter is possible in and around the Gujarat Peninsula. This rain has claimed more than 21 lives. Authorities have been scrambling to ensure there would be no power cuts in the nearly 400 designated hospitals and 41 oxygen plants in 12 coastal districts, and to certify that COVID hospitals are not faced with power outage. 1,383 power backups have been installed in 35 green corridors. The Indian Meteorological Department further adds that the cyclone is weakening and would continue to weaken gradually, but authorities have asked people to remain cautious as some areas in Gujarat continue to witness strong winds. Reporting for Look Up TV, I am Jefferson Mwaimboro.
Thank you, Moi, for that story. And we've come to the end of Trending News. But just to let you know what is happening, the news update that we've just received is that the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Cargo Center is on fire, but rescue team is already present at the facility trying to put out the fire. The JKA Cargo Center is on fire, but rescue team making efforts to calm the fire down. And that is it from Trending News. I am Nancy Nalima. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we want to keep the conversations going on our social media platforms at Lookup TV on Facebook and Twitter, and Lookup TV on YouTube. And you can also engage with us. I would love to read your comments and opinions through the SMS number 20374. At this juncture, I will say goodbye in this very hot Wednesday afternoon. Thank you for watching.